With a tactics name called Manchester United Fire Goal Machine, you expect at least one of our three teams to do really well. Let's see if it lived up to his name. Yes, this is the Manchester United Fire Goal Machine. I will show you the stats in just a minute, but this is the tactic itself. It is a 4-4-2 custom route one, very attacking. I don't, just from the tactical style and the mentality alone, I don't see a lot of good things happening with this. It seems to be pretty crazy. If you're going route one and very attacking, you're just throwing everything up. But goalkeeper and defend, you have a fullback on the left in automatic. You have a fullback on the right in support. You have a no nonsense center back. Haven't seen those much. Both are in defend. An inverted winger in attack on the left, a winger in attack on the right, box to box in support, a ball winning midfielder in defend. I do like that pairing, that box to box and a ball winning midfielder. That's what I used to always use throughout like FM20 and before, and then I started getting into other stuff. But pressing forward in attack, side by side with an advanced forward in attack. Again, very attacking mentality. Focus play through the middle, extremely direct passing directness. Tempo is much higher. Time wasting is never. What? I don't get it. It was up here. What was? I don't know what that was about. So I'm not going to worry about time wasting, but mix crosses, shoot on sight, play for set pieces, and be more disciplined. In transition, counter press, counter, and distribute to target forward, and then take long kicks. And out of possession, low block line of engagement, lower defensive line. So you were just sitting back and pumping the ball up. Trigger press much more often, get stuck in, step up more, and trap outside. Opposition instructions, nope, nothing. Now let's take a look at the table. You can see nobody did well with this. I actually did this tactic a couple of times. The first time, for some reason, every now and again when I do tactics, I sim through the entire season and the tactic has changed at some point in there. I don't know why. I'm sure it's a screw up on my part, but I did it again. Manchester United were somewhere in here, 10th, between 9th and like 12th or something. I can't remember. And I was like, you know what? This is a Manchester United tactic. That can't be right. I redid it again and they sit in 10th. So overall, 15, 7, and 16 with 52 points. Brentford just above relegation by one single whopping point, 10, 5, and 23, 35 points. And then Nottingham Forest relegated in 19th place, 8, 4, and 26 with 28 points. So nobody did well with this tactic. Maybe it is, as usual, as of what I say, these tactics, plug and play tactics, are pretty much dead right now. You have to take your role in it and do your tweaks and do everything associated with the tactic yourself. Simming just doesn't seem to work very much anymore. So that could be why a tactic called the Manchester United Fire Goals Galore tactic didn't work here, but worked for others. Try it, see if what you think. If you're a Manchester United fan, see what happens with you. But again, in this, on the Steam Workshop, all it says is Man U Fire Goal Machine and nothing about it. There's a question about if you used opposition instructions, thanks, but no responses, no information, no screenshots. So, as I've said before, if you see things like that, maybe just walk away and find something else that's a little more instructive. But overall, so far, not so good. Schedule-wise, with Manchester United, as you can see, they actually started out fairly well. 4-0 over Liverpool, had a great run, minus the Tottenham loss. 0-3, that kind of hurts. But Real Sociedad kicking the crap out of them. Apollon Limassol, I'm assuming, is that Greek? Cyprus. Cyprus, wow. But then wins against Hearts. You have a fantastic run here. 0-6 to Real Sociedad on the away trip. That hurts. One friendly during the World Cup, but overall, a very spotty season, as you would expect, but a massive, one win against Tottenham in the EFL Cup quarterfinals, but a series of losses and draws, only a handful of wins in this entire, 4 wins here, 5, 6, 7, 8. So overall, just incredibly spotty. Out against Bayer Leverkusen in the Europa League round of 16. Not fantastic there. Out in the EFL Cup first leg and second leg by Leeds, so they're dropped out of that. And then the FA Cup, where are you? Third round, lost to Chelsea 2-4. So Brentford, as we look at their schedule, not as not as dominating, I guess, if you want to call Manchester United's dominating. But a nice win against Wolves, unbeaten in the first four. 0-7 against West Ham, though. Basically, a couple wins, a couple losses, a couple draws. I mean, overall, just not fantastic as you would expect. But EFL Cup semifinals, Man City 7-1 away from home. That's going to drop them out alone, and then 0-2 at home. So out in the EFL Cup, FA Cup third round, 2-6 against Man City. Wow, they just came up against Man City far too often this season. But overall, yeah. And then once they were out of the cups, 1, 2, 3 wins is all they could pick up, and a single draw. I would not even say getting out of the cups helped them at all. But Nottingham Forest, let's take a look at their schedule. Yeah. I mean, a couple of wins, 4 wins in the first 2 months, and then nothing until November. Manchester United again, 4-2, not too bad. Dropped out in the EFL Cup third round against Charlton, and FA Cup against Southampton 3-6 at home. So, yeah, overall, their season was going to be awful. They actually drew Liverpool 3-3 at the tail end of the season, but overall, just completely horrific. So as we look at the Premier League stats, Man City with the most goals, obviously 106, Liverpool 105, but Manchester United in fifth with 61. And then there's nothing, absolutely nothing. Not fewest conceded, not most shutouts, but most tackles won. Brentford at 949, which kept them in the league. And unfortunately, Nottingham Forest with 933, they could not keep out of the relegation spots. Manchester United in fourth with 852. I mean, again, you're sitting so far back, and you're just pumping the ball up, trying to get goals. But I mean, most shots for it, yeah. Manchester United actually 535, so they're up there. But I mean, it's just this tactic seems to be pretty crazy, and it's one that if you saw a team actually doing this tactic, you'd think they're in the bottom of the league. Manchester United, I will say, did have that period under Mourinho that were basically just sitting back. But Mourinho's famous for his park the bus tactics. Most goals: Erling Haaland at 53, Isaac in second with 25, Ronaldo at 21, Ivan Toney with 16. Most assists: absolutely nobody. Player of the match awards: Ronaldo with 9. But overall, I mean, there's nothing here for any of these teams. Most tackles won: Jesse Lingard 123, Keane Lewis Potter with 112, and Marcus Rashford with 102. So Eriksen's not in most key passes. Ronaldo at most shots with 103. Most goals, yeah, we've already seen. So finishing out, Nottingham Forest, top goal scorer Brennan Johnson. Remo Freuler at 689, highest average rating. Jesse Lingard with 9 assists. Iwoni, Lingard, Neco Williams, and Brennan Johnson, 2 player of the match awards. That's it. Wow. Brentford, Ivan Toney with 21 goals, 707 average rating. Not too bad, actually. 9 assists for Keane Lewis Potter. Ivan Toney with 6 player of the match awards. And then Manchester United, the namesake of this tactic, 31 goals for Ronaldo, 742 average rating for Ronaldo. That is fantastic. Anthony Martial, 12 assists. And then Cristiano Ronaldo, 12 player of the match awards. And what I didn't do is transfers because they're doing the same as always usually. But as you can see, nobody in January for them. But January outs, typicals. Brentford, any transfers to note? Nobody. No one's getting anything in January. Why is that? That seems odd to me. I mean, I would assume they have money. I mean, Manchester United always have money. There's Scarpa on a free. But Kouyaté went out in April to CF Montreal for $4+ million. But overall, nothing fantastic for this tactic. I would definitely not use it. To me, it's just you're sitting far too back, and it just doesn't work for my style at least. But that's it for me, 7FM, for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.